Alright guys, welcome back to What If Cooler was canon. Where we last left off, Moro was freed, and it's time to get into the Moro saga. I don't really know much about it. I looked at manga videos about it and stuff like that. That's why I really don't do After the Tournament of Power, but I'll try my best. With all that being said, let's get to it. The Heaters would let Moro out. Moro thought about absorbing energy from them, but he thought they might make some chaos, and if he defeated this so-called Cooler, they would try to take over, and he could absorb their energy then, using them as a later snack. Moro would smirk, as he would then walk out and begin to let go all the prisoners. As all the prisoners left, Moro had an army of criminals. Criminals of the worst of the worst. These were murderers, people who committed genocide, people who have violated human rights violations. The worst people you can imagine. These were the type of people that Moro had under his belt. As Moro decided to attack a planet owned by Cooler, to get his attention so he can eat some of his energy. Meanwhile, we cut to Beerus's planet. They all continued to train like they never trained before. As Goku and Vegeta continued to train more and more and more, they suddenly could feel a power source, a massive key in the universe that suddenly start to grow rapidly. And as it grew, other keys around it were destroyed. Vegeta and Kakarot looked confused. Beerus would say, "Is it him?" Whis would look at his staff and say, "Yes, my lord. I could take care of myself, but I think this will be a nice test for you guys and Cooler. It's time to take out Moro." Cooler would say, "Who is Moro?" Beerus would say, "He is like me, except I just destroy because I'm mad, or for fun. Moro does it for power. He can absorb energy, like many of the people you fought. But once he takes your energy, he takes all your life force and you die. And every time he takes energy, he gets more powerful and younger." Kakarot and Vegeta would both be worried of him. So would Cooler. Cooler wanted to see how powerful he is, but he had to stop him now, since he was gathering more and more energy. So, Cooler would decide to go with Kakarot and Vegeta to fight this Moro fella. As they traveled to the planet, they would arrive there, once a vibrant planet under Cooler's regime. True, Cooler was evil, but his planets thrived if they did what they said. But there was no one left. Buildings left ruined, life forms dead, nothing but drained bodies all around them. But suddenly they would hear footsteps, as Moro would walk towards them. Well. Isn't it Cooler? I should thank you. Because of you, I've been let out. And because of you, I will feed on this entire universe, becoming a god. Cooler would turn gold, charging at Moro and punching him straight in the face. As Kakarot and Vegeta were falling, suddenly prisoners would surround him, as Moro's minions would hold off Kakarot and Vegeta. They were strong. Each one of them had their own unique ability, and they were all extremely powerful. However, they were no match for them, but they did make a good distraction. As Moro fought Cooler, Cooler could feel his energy being drained. He could feel his life force fading, and Moro slowly turning younger. The more energy I eat, the stronger I become, and the younger I get. Thank you, Cooler. Thanks to you, I'll regain my youth. Too bad you can't look after this universe anymore, after you worked so hard to take it over. Oh well. On the bright side, all your work won't go to waste. All your work will go feed me like a meal. Cooler then whacked him with his tail and charged a massive supernova, throwing it at Moro. Moro absorbed more and more life force from him until he just kicked the supernova away. Moro then began to laugh. Foolish Cooler, it's over. Cooler would then yell, "It's not over. I refuse for it to be over." As his golden form went away, he was losing more and more energy. Kakarot and Vegeta defeated the prisoners. Most of them anyway. Moro was still saving the android. Cooler then grabbed onto the planet and began to shoot a ki blast straight into its core. As it shook, it began to crumble. Moro would then quickly run into a spaceship, as Kakarot and Vegeta did the same thing. As the planet blew up, Cooler would fly away, with barely energy left over. Kakarot and Vegeta and Cooler would all meet up on a planet, a barren planet, where there would be no reason for anyone to go there. As they all met up, Cooler would then begin to breathe heavily. Goku would say, "What's the move? We go into the time chamber?" Cooler would say, "You can. I got another idea. There's this man named King Kai. Usually only trains pure-hearted people, but I got a deal with Beerus and the Supreme Kai since I had to stop Majin Buu. I'm sure he'll make an exception for me. After all, me ruling the universe is better than the entire universe being destroyed. But you two can do whatever you want." As Cooler then began to leave, Kakarot and Vegeta would sigh, as they would go into the time chamber and begin to train together. As that was going on, Cooler would begin to train with King Kai. Supreme Kai Shen made a deal where he can go into that other world even though he's not dead, since he did save the universe. Well, he is an evil tyrant, but he's better than Moro. And since Cooler would train with King Kai, he would eventually learn the Kaioken, but not the Spirit Bomb since he wasn't pure of heart. After he learned the Kaioken, Cooler would then begin to train with Goku and Vegeta in the time chamber. A few days would pass. A couple years for them, but not long for the universe itself. Moro would hit a couple planets, but not very many. As they all walked out of the time chamber, they had to come up with a plan. Sure, they were far stronger than Moro now, but he could just steal their energy and the same thing could happen again. So then he decided to get Dabura. It was time to fight fire with fire. As we cut to Moro, he was absorbing energy from the people all around him. And suddenly, he would hear footsteps. As he looked behind him, it was Cooler. Moro would look at him and say, "Back for more." "You really don't learn, do you?" As then an android would show up. The android would begin to copy movements as Goku fought him. As Goku fought him, Vegeta and Cooler would both fight Moro. Cooler would use Golden Kaioken, and Vegeta would use Blue Evolution, which pushed Moro back further and further and further. But he began to get more and more energy as he became stronger and stronger. Moro would say, "You can never destroy me. You can never defeat me. No matter how strong you get, no matter how powerful you become, I'll just take your energy." Cooler would then smirk and say, "Oh yeah? Well then let's fight fire with fire." As Moro began to get stronger and stronger, suddenly he would feel a sharp pain in his back. As he looked behind, it was Dabura. He still had one of those things that he used when he worked for Babidi. As he began to steal Moro's energy, he fell to the floor. He felt his power being stolen and drained. Moro was shocked, and his younger body started to age. Moro then got pissed as he punched Dabura, sending him flying, nearly killing him. He got up, but then he fell back down, looking down at his aged self. Cooler would say, "Dabura's gotten quite stronger to survive a punch from you. You're a god-level threat. Maybe I should train him, make him my level." "It's over for you, Moro." Moro would look at him and say, "You idiot. Even with this energy stolen from me, I could just take it back." Cooler would say, "For you to do that, you have to be alive." As he would go Golden Kaioken and punch Moro straight into the sky, as then he would fly up and grab him, ripping off his arms, as Moro would cry out and scream, "Please, please, please don't kill me. I can work with you. I can be a good general. I can..." Cooler would say, "Shut up and die like a man," as he would then squeeze his neck with his tail until it snapped, killing Moro. As that was going on, Goku was still fighting 3-7. 3-7 copied all of his moves, but he got it down. As Goku defeated 3-7, Vegeta would look over to him, and Cooler would look down and smile. "I think we can reprogram him. He would be useful for our empire. Now, pick up Dabura and heal him up. I think he can be useful too. I've really underestimated him. I think he'll play a big part in our regime." Vegeta would say, "Yes, he will," as he would smirk, as he would go down and pick up Dabura. As Dabura could barely even move, he would look up and say, "Sorry, I couldn't do more." Cooler would laugh and say, "It's fine. You taking his energy was enough for me to kill him." He got so cocky and arrogant, he didn't think someone could do the same thing as him. What a shame. Suddenly, we would cut to Granola. As all this was going on, Granola was looking for the Dragon Ball, and he finally found it, as he would summon the dragon and wish to be the strongest person in the universe. Granola felt this power. He had to give up most of his life. He only had a few years left, but these few years will be the best years of his life, because he'll spend it getting vengeance. He'll kill Cooler, he'll kill the Saiyans, and he'll no longer be controlled by the Heaters. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video down below. Peace out, yo, and I love you all.